Welcome to SDX. I'm Ricardo, and this is phase two, which I'm calling Keep Burning. Currently, I'm in the phase of losing weight, and I want to keep doing that so eventually I can transition into more powerful exercises. This will be necessary if I want to achieve the goal of jumping high enough to be able to dunk a basketball. In the previous week, the trend of losing weight was flattening. In the first days of the week, there was good progress, but in the last days, I was hardly losing any extra weight. To be able to keep burning fat and losing weight, I need to change something. There are two things I can focus on. I can change my activity and I can change my nutrition. But I'm only going to focus on changing activity because I don't think I can eat any less without affecting health. In short, this will mean I have to do more than the 10,000 steps and constant stretching, which I did in week one. And to be honest, I see it as a blessing that my body is able to take up on more activity. This was all thanks to what I did in phase one. I shook out the old man in me. So, what can I change in activity? I have to look into activity that costs more energy. The more energy I need while keeping nutrition constant, the more weight I'll lose. At the same time, I don't want to do extreme exercises that can cause injury in my current state. So, what costs energy? Obviously, activity costs energy. So, that means the stretching and steps that I'm taking. But we also use energy during rest, during sleep, and more importantly, during recovery from the activity of the day. Since most I did was walking, recovery is mostly needed for my legs. If I would activate more muscle groups than the muscle groups I need for walking, then recovery would be needed for more areas of the body. So that would mean more energy consumption. With that in mind, I will keep doing 10,000 steps and stretching since that has proven good results and makes my body feel good. Additionally, to activate more muscle groups, I will do most of the walking in endurance mode to get my legs heated up. And to activate more muscle groups in the legs, I'll be doing steps on a stepping bench. This can be done within the 10,000 steps, so I don't need to go over the 10,000 steps per day. I might need to buy a stepping bench in the future because I also plan to do jumps on them later. For now, this will be my humble stepping bench. And each time I will use the bench, and each time I use the bench will be like 4 steps, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have to make sure I don't always start with the right leg, otherwise the right leg will be more trained than the left leg, so that needs to be balanced. To activate some core muscle groups, I'll be doing squats using light weights in each hand. I'll be holding around 4 kilograms in each hand. And last thing I'm adding is doing curls with the 4 kilogram weights to activate muscles in the arm and chest area. I might be flexible with the kind of exercises I'll do with the weights, as my goal is to activate a lot of different muscle areas. All of this will still be spread throughout the day to keep it easy to do, except for the endurance walking, that is. And nutrition, I will keep consistent and the same as in week one. But all this activity does mean I need to recover more, so that means going to bed earlier to get a couple of extra hours of rest. So hopefully I keep feeling refreshed in the morning. Alright, it's time to stay determined and let's see if the phase 2 routine will provide the desired results. This was SDX. See you next time.